Pythagorean theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse in a right triangle equals the sum of the squares of the two legs of the triangle. Conversely, if the sum of the squares of the two legs equals the hypotenuse, then you have a right triangle. So let's look at these examples here. This is the biggest side. If we square it, does it equal the sum of the squares of the two other sides? Well, 5 squared equals 25, 4 squared equals 16, 3 squared equals 9. So does 9 plus 16 equal 25? Yes. Therefore, this is a right triangle. Let's look at this one. The biggest side, 15 squared, would be 225. The square of 9 is 81. And the square of 12 is 144. If we add them together, we get 225. So, what I'm showing you is that if you have the squares of the two sides and you sum them and you get the square of the largest side, then they are right triangles. Well, let's look over here. If we had a 3 by 4 by 6 triangle, what would happen? Well, 6 squared equals 36, 4 squared equals 16, 3 squared equals 9. When the longest side is squared is greater than the sum, we have an obtuse triangle, meaning that this angle is bigger than 90 degrees. And if we have a 6 by 8 by 9 triangle, square of the biggest side, 81, is smaller than 8 squared, 64, plus 36, which means that the angle opposite of the biggest side is acute, or this is an acute triangle. Remember, the converse is if you have the sum of the squares of the two legs add up to the square of the longest side, you have a right triangle.